Welcome to ETFinalscore.com, your source for all the highlight stats and stories and scores from around East Texas high school football, with your host, Eric Sullivan.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the first ETFinalscore.com football show of the 2013 season. We'll be doing this till probably Christmas time. That's how good the football is here in East Texas. Tonight, we're all over the mat with highlights, player interviews, and recaps from all the Tyler sports reporters from the Tyler paper. And we want you to be a part of the show. The fastest way to do it is get on Twitter and go to @ETFinalscore. That's the handle to get us. You can also shoot us a text at 903-216-7290. Be a part of the show. Let's get this thing rocking. All right, we start, of course, with the John Tyler Lyons. Jeff Schaefer will be joining us live from Chapel Hill, Lyndale in just a moment. But JT and Lumpkin go way back in their history of East Texas football, a couple of powerhouses. Now, this game was 21-7. The John Tyler Lyons, Giovanni McAllister looking outstanding in his first job, starting job at quarterback. As we punch up the score, though, look at that. Lumpkin comes roaring back to get a big win, 52-28. Nobody saw that coming. John Tyler going to have the big learning experience from this one, but Lumpkin looking strong. And joining us from A. Martin Stadium, our good friend Tyler Yosting, who's now on the JT beat. Tyler, Travis, start real quick with how things just may have come unglued for the JT Lions, but give credit to Lumpkin as well.
Right, well, JT started out quick. They had a couple of big plays to take that 21-7 lead you mentioned. But then the offensive line really had trouble stopping the Lumpkin defensive line. John Tyler had 20 negative plays and 15 sacks, and really it was Lumpkin's defensive line that disrupted everything John Tyler wanted to do.
Well, Travis, like I say, give credit to Lumpkin. What did they do so well? Did they just wear out the young JT squad?
Right, after JT was able to use that aggressive Lumpkin defensive line against them for those big plays early, but once Lumpkin got things sorted out, they were all over Giovanni McAllister.
All right, Travis Yosting, of course, John Tyler doesn't get any easier for them next week. We will be joining you with that one. Travis, great job. Be careful coming back from Lumpkin, my friend.
All right, thanks.
All right, Travis Yosting from the Tyler Morning Telegraph, ET Final Score, live from Lumpkin. All right, now over in Allen tonight, the new second year, $60 million Eagle Stadium. The Longview Lobos took on Capel with a game with statewide attention. The Lobos primed for another outstanding season. The Tom Landry Classic. Coach King pumped up about this one. Early on, though, you've got to be kidding me. Deep in their own territory, the Lobos, the punt, bad snap, that is a safety. Just like that, the Cowboys take a 2-0 lead on the mistake. Then, here come the Lobos. Great special teams play. Traven Howard with the block. They get the ball back at the 37-yard line. Great field position, and they would have it right here all night long. And look at this. Our man, the quarterback, Desmond Chumley. What a pass right here. The big high ball to the corner of the end zone to Jordan Whitaker, and that would give the Lobos the lead. But back comes the Cowboys. Charles West is going to break free right here. You're not going to catch him. 9-7. Capel with the lead after that safety just before half. Longview going for the field goal, and Andres Perez nails it. And the Lobos will take a 10-9 lead at the half. Let's get to the final score of this one. Man, Longview comes up just short in this one. Final score, 24-32. Capel gets by the Longview Lobos. But if there's anybody that will have his team ready to go for week number 1 next week, the Longview Lobos head man, of course, John King will have him ready. Big win for Capel there. All right, the Robert E. Lee Red Raiders are in year 2 of Darryl Piskey as their head coach. Tonight, they kicked off at Sulphur Springs. Lee, for the first time ever, using the spread offense, and super sophomore, yes, I've just nicknamed Zach Hall super sophomore for the Lee Red Raiders. Look at that score. 55-20. Mr. Hall stole the show. And how about that Red Raider defense? Give them some love as the Lee Red Raiders off to a great start, something they haven't had since 2007. 55-20 your final score. With more on this big win for the Red Raiders, we've got just the guy with us. He's a mainstay here on the ETFinalscore.com football show. Chris Perry from Sulphur Springs. Chris, you told me last week, look out for sophomore Zach Hall, and you were not kidding, my friend. Hey, Chris, can you hear us, buddy? I tell you what, we're going to move on. That happens in live TV every now and Chris, we'll get back in touch with him after we check out what the White House Wildcats did tonight. So hang tight for that report on the Lee Red Raiders, who did win 55-20. Now to Class 4A, and of course the most hyped team in all of East Texas, the White House Wildcats, led by the one, Patrick Mahomes Jr., and all of those great wide receivers. The mission this year, have the best season in White House football history. On the kickoff, here we go. The Hallsville Bobcats not playing around. The guys in purple, that's Andre Jones finding a seam. Gets it up to the right side. Great field position for the Bobcats. Their quarterback is McCallan Wilder, and McCallahan. Good job by the Hallsville fans there. Very impressive right there. Look at this deep ball by McCallan, but hey, Isaiah Burton, hands, baby. Breaks it up. Good job. That's what those D-backs are. I wish I could say get paid to do, but he just loves it for the love of the game. All right, there's our guy, Patrick Mahomes. Just slings it over to Mr. Coleman Patterson. This kid is a beast with the yak yards. That's yak off the cuts. Look at the stiff arm right there, showing who's boss there, Mr. Patterson. Great play right there, and that would lead to the one, number 5, fresh off a busy baseball summer, picking up right where he left off a year ago on the football field. Mahomes in for the touchdown. He was simply amazing tonight, 7-0 at that point, and it would be a blowout for the White House Wildcats. That offense is just unbelievable. Final score in this one, 58 points by the Wildcats tonight. Unbelievable, but we expect this from that high-octane offense. With more on the Wildcats, we go to our good friend Shane the Shark Stark, who will be all over White House all season long. He joins us now from Bobcat Stadium in Hallsville. Shane, start with that White House offense and how good number 5, Patrick Mahomes Jr. looked tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he was the same as always. He passed for 450 yards. He had 4 touchdowns passing. He had another rushing. The one thing that really stood out about that offense tonight was the rushing game. Yeah, I had him down for 264 on the ground. So basically, White House, they almost got 800 yards total offense tonight, and they were just incredible. 800
yards? Did I hear you right, Shane?
Yeah, they had 500 passing, 250 rushing, so somewhere around 800 is what they had tonight. They also had 2 touchdowns in the second half called back, so in reality, they put over 70 points on the board.
Now, Shane, we know what this offense can do. We've seen it all last year. This defense, that's something they really needed to improve on. Talk about that Wildcat D real quick.
Very athletic. This is probably the most athletic defense they've had. A lot of guys, good guys in the secondary, defensive backs, at linebacker. A lot of Hallsville's yards tonight came on freak plays. It's kind of broken down coverage kind of stuff. So, once they fine-tune all that, I think they're going to be pretty good on defense as well.
All right, Shane Stark from Bobcat Stadium. Great job, my friend, and we'll talk to you next week, I'm sure. Take care, brother.
Thanks.
All right, the big game in Tyler tonight, because everybody was kind of playing outside the city limits here. Lyndale at Chapel Hill. The Eagles still trying to adjust to Class 4A. Meanwhile, the Bulldogs trying to rebound after something pretty rare, a down season in 2012. And by the way, the Bulldogs and Eagles, they just don't like each other very much. A lot of old school rivalry here in East Texas. Let's get to the highlights in this one. We've got Andrew Black just slinging it early on, but that one's going to be picked up by Aaron Jackson. Well done, young man. That would lead to Delennis Garrett. Delennis working hard, but he gets shut down. No, he doesn't. Comes right back. Way to show the strength there, young man. Back to Andrew Black, and this guy, oh, man, what an arm. Great ball and great catch right there to Gabriel Robinson. That's a touchdown, 7-6 Chapel Hill, 9-7, and check out Wesley Thompson. Unbelievable. This is Black on the scramble again. That's going to be the Gabriel Robinson touchdown. Sorry, I got you mixed up right there. But great play by Mr. Black and Mr. Robinson. 7-6 Chapel Hill. Now it's 9-7 Lyndale. Chapel Hill's Wesley Thompson. That's that Chapel Hill I remember from a few years ago. Speed all over the field. That long touchdown run makes it 14-9. Nash Walter's going to get back into it here as we get to the second quarter of action, as Nash is going to, for the Eagles, look around, on the run, lets it fly. Nathan Evans, nice job. The 2-point conversion would make it 17-14, but Chapel Hill's Joseph Clark Another speedster for the Dogs. Look at that, cutting back to the left side. Hesitation run. He is gone for the touchdown. 21-7 Chapel Hill at halftime. Final score in this one is going to be the Hill is back in business. 56-30, your final score in this one. Congrats to them. Now, the newest member of the ETFinalScore.com football show is, of course, our Jeff Schaefer. He may be an Ohio guy, but you know what? He's already ready for some Texas high school football. Jeff, tell us about that big win for Chapel Hill over Lyndale tonight.
All right, well, thank you very much, Eric. A big win tonight for Chapel Hill, 56-37 over Lyndale. One guy who definitely played a part in this win tonight, Wesley Thompson. Wesley's with me right now. Wesley, you got a couple touchdown runs. First of all, just how does it feel to not only be back on the football field, but to start it off in style like you guys did tonight?
I mean, it feels good. We've been waiting all year for this moment, and it just feels good to come get this win.
And, especially after, I know last year was kind of a disappointing season for you guys. So, how much does this help in week one, kind of like you said, starting off strong, really getting the offense going tonight?
It feels good because we wanted to come out strong, get this first win to carry over to White House game, so we can get some momentum going after that.
Talk to me a little bit about just how you guys turned it up in the second half. You really had a big third quarter that kind of led to this big win.
I mean, we was tired coming out, but when the halftime kicked in, we started getting some momentum going, with some fluids in, start running the ball better.
All right, well, thank you very much for joining us, Wesley. Congrats on the win. Eric, I'm going to send it back to you.
All right, thank you very much. Jeff Schaefer live from Bulldog Stadium. Big win for Chapel Hill. All right, we have got to hit a break right now. More show coming up. Don't go anywhere. Of course, go to that Twitter page. It's blowing up right now. We'll have more highlights coming up. Kilgore, Marshall, Jacksonville, and Carthage. Don't go anywhere.